Alright, this is going to be your video walkthrough on your 2026 Impression 360 MYR. We'll get started right up front here. Switch there just turns on and off that light. Alright, so in here, you got your battery, brand new battery, spare tire, brain box for the leveling system's there, so if any of the jacks ain't working, just check your fuses right there. There's green fuses first. That's about it in there. Come around right here, we got your propane. Now you got two 20-pound tanks on this thing. Both of them are full. If the arrow here is facing to the right, it's pulling the right tank. When the green turns red, letting you know it's out. So when it turns red, spin it to the left side. Make sure the arrow is on the other tank and open it up. You're back up and running. All right. Now your leveling system here. So the first switch here just turns it on and off. You get ready to leave the campground if it's all leveled out. So right now it's leveled out. So we want to find auto hitch height, and you press enter to begin. Whenever it gets all the way up, that's just going to bring the front of the camper back up to where you can hook up to it. Just back your truck right up under it. All right, now when you get, all right, just say for instance, you're just now getting to the campground, right? So turn it on. You're going to hit front to get it up off the truck, of course. If you need to go down, turn retract on. Hit front again, brings it back down. Now when you get your truck completely out from up under the camper there, come right here, hit auto level, step back, and watch this thing work. Alright, and we got you, and everything about that leveling system, what I just told you, is going to be right here on this diagram on your big door. Water heater is going to be here, so the first switch is just going to be on and off, master power. If something happens and the panel inside's not working, check your fuse out here first. And then to drain it in the wintertime, just release your pressure there and let it drain out. Alright, inside the big door, we got your city water hookup, which is going to be here. And we got your fresh tank connection, so that's going to be filling up your fresh tank. And the one up top is going to be a black tank flush. When you use that, always make sure your black tank sewer handle is pulled open before you turn that water on. Reason being, if that tank's already full, then it will pull, it will come out the commode or come out the vent on the roof. Push button lights. And then you got all your satellite hookups over here on this side. The white hose at the bottom for winterization. So stick this hose here into your antifreeze jug. Turn this valve here in line with the hose. Turn your water pump on, and go inside, open up all your faucets, and that's pretty much how you winterize it. Power cord comes with the camper. Your gray tank and your black tank pull handles are right there. You got another black tank there and another gray tank at the back. And it all comes out one exit here. And then you also have on the back there a kitchen sink drain. The red and blue here is going to be the low point drains for the whole entire camper. Anytime you store this thing or winterize it, drain it there first. Alright, furnace exhaust is here. Keep in mind that thing gets very hot. Alright, now this one is for your galley tank, which is your kitchen sink only. Prep for a backup camera up top. Total plug and play system. There's no wires you have to cut into at all. This spot over here is for a ladder, so just scan the QR code there or scan the QR code here, and it'll take you right to the website to order that ladder. Continue on around. Do have awnings on the slide, and you do have a big awning over the main compartment and the TV area for the outside. TV hanger here, and a reception from inside to out here, and then you got your power to power it up. Alright, so spare tire drop is going to be there. This switch here is going to be for the pretty lights on the front of the camper. Battery disconnect switch, anytime you're storing the camper or not use it, cut that thing off. It just saves your battery power. Then you got your 30 amp solar charge controller there. And push button lights here. You got another one there. Alright, now everything else is on the inside. Alright, so first box here, so just turn it on to activate it. So first one's on and off, up and down does your temp, and then that one's Celsius or Fahrenheit. This here is going to be the island light there, and it is dimmable. Thermostat. So this one's off, this one's going to be for the bedroom, and it's cool only. Now this one here is going to be for your living room. So right now it's on cool, then you go to electric heat, then you got gas heat, cool plus heat, dry cool, and then off. Alright, now your panel on the bottom here. So each one of the little buttons activate the meter here. Top's full, bottom's empty. First one's your fresh tank, empty. Battery is full. Your black one is empty. Black 2 is empty. Gray 1 empty. Gray 2 empty. And your gray 3 is a third. And that's just the kitchen sink there where I've been testing everything and running everything through. Water pump, you fill your fresh tank up, that's what's going to pressurize your camper, just like you would be hooked into city water. This one here is a tank heater. If you ever go somewhere it's cold enough, it's just heating pads up under each one of the holding tanks. Keeps them from freezing in the wintertime. Interior lights. And then this one is your awning light strip outside. So awnings. So the first switch is your big one over the door. And that thing will go about 8 to 10 foot out. Yeah, it's getting kind of close to that other camper, so I'm going to stop it there. And then the other awning switch is the one on the slide. So down is out, up is in. Alright, then you got slide out, so up is in. So the first one is going to be the TV slide. Then the second one is the recliner slide. Alright, so this thing has a spot where you can hook up Bluetooth speakers on it. The fireplace has buttons down here to turn on and off. It also has a remote, which is going to be in the packet. The first button's on and off. The second button's the colors. And then the third one is actually your temp. No, the third one is your dimness. And then the fourth one is your temp. So this thing will go to 99. Then you got on and off is going to be just for the accent lights. And no heated off. And once you cut that off, the fan's going to run for a couple more minutes just so it cools the motors off before it finally shuts down. Right here, you got a pin lock. Open that thing up, pull it open, and you got a pantry in there. I thought that was pretty neat. Alright, TV remote there, fireplace remote. Now these remotes will be in this drawer. USB hookups, and you got 110 outlets. And then you do have 2 push button lights up under there. Refrigerator controls are going to be right here on the front. Nice refrigerator. pantry. Stove, so just turn through the flame, push in on it, and strike it. Now all three of those do the same way, so turn through the flame, push in, strike it. Turn through the flame, push in, and strike it. The oven is the same exact way, so you just turn through the flame, push in, and strike it as well. So when you firing the oven up, so turn it to the flame, push in on it, strike it. That's your pilot light there. Hold it for about 3 or 4 seconds, just so the coupler gets hot, so it don't go out on you. Turn to whatever temp you want, and you see it come out both sides, and that's your temp right there. Now, whichever burner you got on, it's gonna turn red to let you know it's on. Then you got this little switch over here, so the rest of them are gonna be blue. Up, center ways off, down is the blue plus the oven. Alright, anytime you travel, make sure this glass is locked down. Anytime you go to cook, make sure that's back up. You do got a light there, and then your exhaust fan. And then the rest of it's like a regular household microwave. So the sink, if you turn this little nub here to the right, so all the way is going to be hot, just a little bit's going to be cold, but it comes out there. Now if you turn it to your left, a little bit's cold, all the way is hot, and then you can change the way this thing sprays if you want. And this on and off knob here, the only thing that does, so if you'll watch your drain, when you turn it, it just lifts the drain up to drain the water out the sink. This here's a cup washer. Do not push that down unless you have a cup on it. It will shoot to the ceiling. Soap dispenser, put whatever soap you wish. Put it back down in there and then prime it up. Keys for the camper on the sink. All of these slide lights are going to have their own little push button deal on them. Alright, I'll go into the master bedroom. So first things first, right here we got your breaker box and fuse panel. This little one right here is going to be the reset for the GFI outlet. So if any of the outlets are not working, always check these little gray buttons here first. And then the 12-volt side, everything is labeled what does what. If there's any one of those fuses that pop on you, there's going to be a little red light to light up beside exactly which one pops. The VersaTilt bed's going to be the bottom, so anytime you go to move this slide in or out, make sure the VersaTilt bed is in the up position. Just like that. Top left is going to be bedroom lights, and the top right slide in and out for your bedroom. Alright, USB ports and 110 outlets in all corners of the bedroom. I'm going to go to the bathroom. So first light switch here is your main lights up top. The mirror even has lights in it. That's pretty wicked. Hot water, cold water. Alright, so these lights in the closet area. So one's always on, center ways off. 2 is for the motion sensor. And both those black lights are the same way. Light switch on the wall over here is just going to be the mirror lights there. Then you got your shower. Hot water, cold water. And you can change the way that head sprays. Just spin the knob up top. When you're traveling, your shower doors, make sure they're locked in here. Just keeps them from sliding around and busting. Now your commode, halfway down on the pedal, it's going to be just water to fill up the bowl. Now when you get ready to flush it, push all the way down on that pedal, and then that flushes. The heat comes through the floor, AC comes through the roof. And we got the laundry room, so up top's gonna be the dryer, and that's pretty self-explanatory as far as that goes. Now, the tough one here is gonna be the washing machine. So all you do is just pretty much select whichever one you want. Whichever one you pick, hit start, and just step back and watch it work. And there's also a couple more things up here you can choose from too. And then all your detergents go in here. The commode for this little room here is going to be the same as the big bathroom. Halfway down is going to be just water. Fill up the bowl. All the way down is flush. Table behind the commode. This pops up like that. And then up under, got a lever there. Got a lever there. And then it folds right back down. Push button light over the sink. And you do have hot water and cold water. And you can change the way it sprays and also pull it out and wash it around if you need to. Alright, that's going to be about it on your walkthrough. So I'm going to just do a quiet walk around and let you guys check this thing out.